Last week I ran the Riverbank Run 25K in Grand Rapids. Overall it went pretty darn well. It was the national championship if you didn't know, and so there were all kinds of elites there. Jared Ward, the Olympic marathoner, was there. He was the defending champion. He came in second. One thing that was kind of neat is this year they had an extra prize for the first gender to cross the finish line. They let the elite women start early, and then whether the men could catch up to them or not, whichever winner crossed the finish line first got an extra bonus. So that's kind of a neat race within the race. It was a large race, as you can imagine. I think there were about 5,000 runners in the 25K, which is actually down from previous years. But it was pretty much a first-class race. Lots of support along the way. They had spirit squads and like high school cheerleaders and Marines and lots of people out along the course, and also lots of water, Gatorade, oranges, stuff like that, all along the route. So very well supported race, closed course, really nothing to complain about there. The weather was a little maybe less than ideal. It was in the mid 40s, I think, low 40s at the start of the race. It was windy, like 20-mile-an-hour winds, but to be honest, for the most part, I think we were kind of shielded from the winds, although you did feel it in a few places. But I didn't really feel like, oh man, this wind is so tough to run against, basically most of the race. There was also hail and rain a little bit later, but that didn't start till after I finished, so that didn't affect me at all, other than walking back to my car after the race. As far as for how my race went personally, it went pretty well. I started out at like 6:45 pace, and I ended up at like 7-minute pace overall, which I was a little disappointed in, but I'm not really mad at myself for that because I didn't really know what I was capable of. It wasn't a full taper or anything like that, so my legs are still, fatigued from the marathon training I've been doing. So it was just one of those things where like I didn't know how fast to try to go. I was hoping I could maintain that kind of pace, but I couldn't. One downside of that is my 25K pace basically extrapolates out to like right on the Boston qualifier mark, like 3:10, 3:11. For my age group. So that's going to be very interesting at Grandma's. I'm planning to go for the go to qualify, but it could be a heartbreaker. I could push for that and not make it, and it could be a messy end, which was kind of the case in the 25K itself, where my last mile and a half was like 7:20 pace, something like that. So I just didn't have anything left. But I figure I may as well go for it. Whether I make it or not, even if I barely make it, just because I qualify doesn't mean I can actually race, because of the way Boston works, where it fills up with faster qualifiers. So I'm probably going to have to run another one in early September. I'm planning on it, but we'll see. I still plan to go for it. I'm hoping taper will get my legs fresh, and I'll be able to get that Boston qualifier at home in front of my family and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. That's my next race. Just wrapping up my training here, starting my taper pretty soon. It'll be 4 weeks from this Saturday is my marathon at Grandma's, so I will do a preview of that, and I'm crossing my fingers and getting really anxious for it. So thanks for watching, and I'll be talking to you soon.